Well, listen, we're going to have a good chat with you, but before we do, let's take a look. So, jungle highlights, and there have been a few.
There's been many.
I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP.
I know exactly what I'm letting myself in for. So what am I doing?
That's what's bothering me. Oh.
You want to be me, Martin?
I do.
I want to be like you.
I want to walk like
He's not as positive as we'd like him to be.
You all right?
Do I look all right?
It's silly, girly stuff. I think it'd be fair to say that the first 2 or 3 days in camp were a bit of a roller coaster ride. What's that all about? Oh, mate.
Looking forward to your beans, Martin? No.
Beans make me part.
Chill out.
You're one of the strangest people I've ever met.
Anybody who isn't scared of the bush tucker trials is lying. I have loved my time in the jungle. It's been amazing.
Man, I love you so much.
Yes! You know, these are memories that all of us will treasure for the rest of our lives.
Oh, Martin.
Oh, Martin!
Today, I'm in Norfolk, visiting the port town of King's Lynn. Back in the 12th century, it was one of England's most important ports, as is evident in the town's impressive architectural heritage. The property I'm here to see today doesn't have quite such a long history. It's a 20th century terrace with a guide price of £90,000 to £100,000. This is it. From the outside, looks pretty substantial. What's behind the door? OK, interesting layout straight away. Stairs leading up to the bedrooms, but then they split sort of halfway up. Well, we'll investigate that in a minute, but down the... You don't have to go very far. That's not good. The floor is definitely giving way. Anyway, what have we got? The little hallway there. Living room area on that side, another living room over to that side, and then through to the kitchen. Now, it's obvious somebody's started some renovation work on this property. There's a lintel going across there, opening this room, which I really like. What I don't like is that. Look at that. Wooden lintel across the window there. But there's a new window been put in, but not a new lintel across there, which is what you would hope for. So that's a bit of a concern. What's also not too brilliant is all these holes in the floor. Now, either there's very large mice in the property or else some serious signs of damp. Oh, blimey. That's not good. Yes, look at the way the whole of that is just crumbling. We've got damp, we've got potential rot. What have we got, boss? Basically, either way you look at it, there's a lot of expense. There are issues everywhere. This one is undoubtedly going to make a hole in anyone's budget.
I got a whole lot of holes in my life. If you stack them all together, you could fall in there forever. Got a whole lot of holes in my life.
Rot on the floor might mean not just replacing the floorboards, but the joists too. That's going to be expensive, and there's no kitchen. Whether the owner has stripped it out, I don't know. However, damp, rot and a kitchenless place this may be, but experience tells me this is worth a further look. So, some real issues downstairs, but when you come upstairs, the house definitely almost redeems itself. As I said when I first walked in, the staircase splits at the top. Over this side, you've got lots of rooms, and then on the other side of the stairs, another room. It's almost like this was two properties that have been knocked through into one at some stage, and it gives loads and loads of space. So, on balance, we're liking it. There are certainly positives and negatives to this home. On the bright side, the 3 rooms up here are spacious and airy. I love those doors and cute fireplaces, and the space is great. What doesn't make it shine is that it needs a lot of work, including new central heating. It will also need a rejig of the toilet and the bathroom, so it really needs the works. So, interesting layout inside the property, and outside, same thing applies. Very long, thin garden at this side, but just come this way. Got this funny little courtyard area here, And then this side of the property has some real interesting potential, because you can see it sort of has this strange kind of L shape. Got this horrible old garage there, that can come down, and lots of space here for some kind of major extension. So, once again, a really interesting property that belies its outside appearance and delivers quite a big amount of potential. However, this one needs to be approached with caution, because that potential might only be realised after a very big investment. On top of all the necessary things, would it be worthwhile? We invited an agent from the auction house that sold it to give us his opinion.
Bit of improvement required, I think. It's great to have an opportunity to take a property like this, sort of warts and all. Most of the properties in the area have already been renovated or possibly been renovated in the 70s or 80s. So to have something that's almost a blank canvas to be able to renovate and improve, and it's going to have someone who's going to need the vision in order to be able to come in and do all the renovations required. So it's going to need new plumbing, heating, plastering, kitchens, bathrooms. So quite an extensive refurbishment programme is going to be required in order to bring it up to sort of modern day standards.
Installing a new, well, everything doesn't come cheap. What kind of budget would he recommend that the potential owners set themselves?
We've been working on a figure of between 35 and 40,000 to bring it up to a really high standard. Possibly could be done for slightly less, depending on how involved that the actual purchaser is going to be in doing the work themselves. So a keen DIY could probably do that for probably 25 to 30,000.
So it will all depend on who picks it up at auction. But what kind of values could it achieve when the rot has been fixed and the paint has dried?
The current market rate for the area is between £160,000 and £170,000 for a three-bedroom property. Most of those properties don't have parking, so we've got a great advantage here that could potentially sort of push the price up. So I'm thinking sort of toward the higher end at £180,000.
And what about rental?
I think the rental value will be somewhere between £700 and £750 per calendar month once renovated.
Well, maybe it doesn't look that inspiring from the outside, but once you delve inside this property, oh, it's got a lot to offer. Yes, work to be done, but I think a really interesting opportunity. Let's see who agreed when it went under the hammer.
So we move on to the end terrace house there. I know there's been a lot of interest in this. Where do you want to be for this one? I'll give you go to 90 to 100. Tell you what, I'll let you start me at 90. 90 for it. 80, give me a start for it. 80, I'm big, the lady. £80,000 here at the front. At £80,000 I have. At 80. At £80,000 here at 80. At £80,000. At 80, 81 with you, sir. 81. 82 here. 82. 83 with the lady. 83. 84 here. £84,000. 85 with you, sir. 85. 86 here. 86. 87 with you, sir. 87. 88 I have here. At £88,000 then. At £88,000 coming back against the years. At 89. 90 am I making? 90,000 bidding at the front here at 90. At £90,000. At £90,000. Still cheap at 90. At £90,000. I'll take 500 now if it helps any of you. Shaking your head here on my left. At £90,000 then. At £90,000. I'm here to sell it. At £90,000. Don't lose it now, it's in the room at 90. At £90,000, I'm putting you to the test at 90. First time, second time, third and final time at 90,000. It's yours, madam. Your number?
That very happy-looking bidder securing the property for £90,000 was Chris, who works as an accountant. She brought her husband along, Bob, who is a self-employed electrician and kitchen fitter, so they won't be scared of the work or the numbers then. I met them back at the property to find out more about them.
Chris, Bob, congratulations. Tell me why you wanted to buy this place.
Well, we looked at a lot of modern houses and thought they were really small, and looked at this, really loved the space, and thought, you know, we'd renovated houses of our own before.
Right.
And thought we were kind of up for the challenge.
Right. And probably the plus side is you can probably build in a bit of value as well, can't you, by taking it on like this and doing it up?
Well, we have taken that into account, yes. We think we've got a couple of ideas. One is to maybe put an extension where that garage is, and that would be a win-win-win situation. If we can just knock the garage down, give us a bit of extra parking space and renovate the house, we'll add enough value on to still make it worthwhile.
Right.
So, any extension work they may or may not do would be phase 2 after they've sorted the main issues with the house. Where to start with such a project?
I can't wait to get the floors up so as we can see what's going on, which is causing this damp. Then we'll get the damp-proof people in to give us an idea of, you know, why it's so damp, because it actually has got a damp-proof course. And when we get those things sorted out, we'll know what we're going to do to the floor, whether to remain suspended floor or whether to do a concrete floor. We haven't really made up our mind there. The large hole in the wall there, we're not sure how big that's really going to end up, but that is really going to be the kitchen dining area gets flowing on through here into the lounge area, or a living room, I think. That's probably going to be the lounge.
I think we're going to put some central heating in, and we're going to take down the chimney.
Yeah, the chimney on the end. And we're going to use the bricks to do all the repair works that have been left on the outside of the house. I mean, I don't know whether you noticed, above the windows, they've really been bodged in. That doorway's been blocked in, and that's going to require some more bricks. So we intend to knock down the chimney. The bricks will then come in to do the repair works we need.
They're also hoping to squeeze in an ensuite in one of the bedrooms upstairs and to combine the bathroom and toilet. So I really like Bob and Chris's ideas. They are really utilising every inch of space available to them. Bob will do a lot of the work himself, so they believe that a budget of £30,000 should cover the renovation, giving them a finished home to either rent out or sell on in 6 months. But with Bob building, will Chris dabble in any of the decorating?
Yeah, I'm the skivvy. Yeah, definitely.
Very important.
The brick cleaner and the wall stripper and, you know, all the nice, exciting jobs.
Tiles cleaner.
And then when everybody comes and says, oh, God, doesn't this look marvellous? How did you do this, Bob? You know, nobody ever notices that you cleaned 2,000 roof tiles before they went back on again, do they?
I always tell people...
You clean the roof tiles?
We did.
Yeah.
Why?
We re-roofed our outbuilding.
So you're a perfectionist?
We are. Aren't we?
Well, look, they all had to come off, right? They all had to be checked, otherwise it wasn't worth putting them back on. And we cleaned them at the same
thing
time.
Is, no, we had loads of new ones that were second-hand, didn't we? And they're covered in moss and, you know...
But not only that, what you're going to do with pan tiles, you may not know this, but there's about 40 or 50 different sorts of pan tiles, and they've all going to be laid in various sections, otherwise they don't mix together properly.
Yes, of course. Well, listen, congratulations. Good luck with it. I really look forward to seeing how you get on.
Thank you.
So Bob and Chris certainly got the challenge they were after.
How will they get on sort of this place in Kings Lynn Out? You can find out later in the show.
So the first of our property stories has come to an end.
But what about the other two?
Well, Martin, Dion, let's stop wasting time and find out. Back to South Lanarkshire in Scotland and the village of Colburn, where earlier I took a look around a 3-bed, 2-front-door terraced house, guided at 28 grand plus. Heating was the first thing on my mind, as locally there was no gas supply. The ground floor really needed a new layout, and upstairs wasn't great either. For a family home, I thought I was missing a vital amenity.
Well, your bathroom doesn't have room in its current setup for a bath, and I'd say you definitely want a bath.
But I could see a solution. It just required some tweaking.
On the other side of the bathroom, you have this cupboard. So, why not just get rid of that cupboard and borrow the space so you have room for a bath?
In the master bedroom, it looked like chimney problems would need to be sorted.
What's not a good sign is this. So you have your chimney breast and real signs of damp. Looks like it's been going on for a long time and it's blackened in places too.
It was father and son team Sandy and Craig who bought this place for 36 grand, and they brought a wealth of experience with them.
It's been about 17 years we've been doing this together, so renovating houses, new build houses, and all sorts of development work.
Juggling other work commitments, Sandy and Craig were aiming to complete this job in 3 months with a budget of £7,500. And on a sunny, snowy day, almost exactly 3 months later, we're back to see how they got on. In contrast to the weather outside, this place is warm and inviting. Sandy and Craig were on the same page as me when it came to the downstairs layout, taking down the dividing wall and creating an open-plan living space which works well. What was a long galley kitchen that stretched from front to back has been split into two. A handy new room has been created at the front of the house.
We decided to keep the two front doors and separate the kitchen from that other room to make it a separate room, and keep the front of the house looking the same as the rest in the street. So that was our idea there.
Upstairs, dealing with the damp in the master bedroom was the main priority.
Our first job was taking the chimney away because it was a big source of dampness in the bedroom upstairs and the hall.
All the plasterboard in the bedroom was affected, so we removed all that, new plasterboard, replastered it, got it ready for painting, and end of story with the dampness.
The boys kept the plan of stealing some cupboard space from the small bedroom to allow a bath to be put into the bathroom.
We'd done away with the cupboard in the bedroom and made more room for a bath so we could fit a bath into the bathroom. That's helped a lot.
On a day like today, the new double-glazed doors and windows are earning their crust. And the new electric heating system is in full swing. But how much of a sweat did the boys build up when they were doing the work?
We had a roofer come and take the chimney away for us. We have electricians and plumbers that we use.
And we do all the joinery work. There was new doors. You see the kitchen. Partitions to take down, so we do all that.
There was nothing out of the ordinary that appeared, so everything went well on this job and just how we expected it to go.
Now, did they find it hard sticking to that 3-month timescale?
We've managed to do it in 10 weeks. We could have done it quicker, but we've been held up with holidays and weather problems.
And how did the budget go?
So our original budget was $7,500 for the house, but with extra plastering work and decoration, we went over budget and we came in at $8,500. For what we've got for that price, we're happy.
Now that the house is complete, what's the plan?
We've decided to rent the house and we've got a family moving in this afternoon.
Goodness me, Sandy and Craig wasted no time in adding this to their expanding rental portfolio. But what will two local property experts make of the renovation?
This is my second time in the property, having seen it prior to the renovation. The property is nice and fresh. The guys have done a great job and some good rework down the stairs as well.
I think it's great. I've had a good look round. I've seen what the guys have done to it. They've obviously worked away. It's got everything that a family buyer needs now. Yeah, super.
I think the work that's been done to the kitchen to create the other room alongside it is good, and certainly the open plan aspect is good for modern living.
The house flows, so you're into the nice reception area, into the lounge, and it's open plan into the kitchen, which is what everybody's looking for.
On to valuations. The boys have spent a total of £44,500 on this refurb, so what might this house achieve on the resale market?
I would expect this property to fetch in the region of £75,000.
This property should probably achieve somewhere between £70,000 and £75,000.
A sale at 75 grand would leave Sandy and Craig some profit of £30,500 before tax and fees.
The valuation's just where we thought it was going to be. We anticipated about £75,000 for resale.
They already have a tenant set to move in, so will the rental valuations be higher or lower than expected?
For rental, it's a good-sized property, family accommodation. I would suggest a rental around about £550 per calendar month.
I would expect this property to rent for £550 to £575 per calendar month.
That's just where we thought we were going to be. We've got a tenant and it's $550 a month.
A rent of £550 per calendar month means Sandy and Craig will be getting a very healthy return on the investment of just under 15%. So what's the next project for this father and son letting machine?
Well, we've started another one while we've been doing this. It doesn't need as much work, so we'll finish that and then we'll be on the lookout for something else. Something similar to this would be ideal.
We return now to Norfolk and the market town of King's Lynn, and it was here that we first saw a lot with quite a lot going on. We've got damp, we've got potential rot. What we've got, boss, basically, either way you look